A girl tried exposing me because I rejected her. I was just trying to survive junior year when Leah from history class decided to ruin my entire existence. We talked maybe twice about homework. That's it. So when she walked into the cafeteria, holding a glitter-covered poster that said prom, with my name in bubble letters, I genuinely thought she had the wrong person. But no, she marched straight to my table while her friends surrounded us with their phones out like it was a red carpet premiere. Everyone in the cafeteria went silent. Even the lunch lady stopped scooping mashed potatoes. Leah smiled at me like we'd been dating for 6 months and said, "So, what do you say?" I blinked. Then I looked at the poster. Then I looked at her friends, who were zooming in on my face like I was about to propose back. And I panicked, because here's the thing. I was already going to prom with someone else. A girl I'd been talking to for weeks. So I said, as nicely as possible, "I'm really flattered, but I'm already going with someone." Her smile didn't move. It just froze there like a buffering video. For 10 full seconds, she stood there holding the poster while her friends kept recording. Then she turned around and walked out of the cafeteria without saying a word. Her friends followed. I thought that was the end of it. It was not the end of it. The next morning, I walked into school and people were staring at me like I'd committed a felony. Not just glancing, full on stopping in the hallway to whisper and point. My friend Nolan grabbed my arm and said, "Dude, what did you do?" I said, "What are you talking about?" He pulled out his phone and showed me Leah's Instagram story. It was a video of her crying with text that said, "He called me ugly in front of everyone and threw my poster in the trash. I felt my soul leave my body." I never said that. I never touched the poster. I was polite, but suddenly half the school thought I was the kind of person who destroys girls for fun. Then it got worse. Leah posted on Twitter that I'd been flirting with her for months and leading her on just to embarrass her publicly. Months. We talked about a history quiz once and she asked to borrow a pencil. That was the extent of our relationship. But now there were screenshots going around with people I didn't even know commenting things like, "I always knew he was trash, and she deserves better." Then someone added me to a group chat. 30 people. All of them talking about how terrible I was. People were sending paragraphs like they'd witnessed a crime. One girl wrote, "I saw the whole thing," and he laughed in her face. "Ma'am, you weren't even there." My actual prom date started getting messages from random people asking why she'd go with someone so cruel. She texted me confused, and I had to explain that I was apparently a villain in a story I didn't even write. I tried defending myself in the group chat, but every time I said something, 5 people would jump in with, "Stop gaslighting her." Gaslighting. I rejected a prom invite. I didn't start a psychological war. Finally, I had enough. I took screenshots of everything, including the cafeteria security footage request form, and walked straight to the principal's office. I showed him the posts, the group chat, the messages my date was getting. He called Leah in. She walked in looking confident, like she had a lawyer on speed dial. The principal asked, "Do you have any proof he said those things?" And that's how her entire story crumbled.